Okay, welcome to this new month. Happy new month of October. Today we are starting off a new session. So we shall be talking about something different as compared to what we were discussing last month. Last month we are dwelling on decision making, how to make tough decisions, what factors to consider. So this time we are taking it to a different level. So we shall be talking about communication,
Communication.
effective communication. Okay. Um, we all understand that in our decision makings that we were learning last month, you do communicate in the process to get information, to talk to your friends, ask information about whatever you want to discuss or whatever you want to make a decision about. So it's from that point of view that we need to learn how to effectively communicate if we want to get what we want. So we are learning, our lesson this month is going to be revolved around effective communication. Okay, so that is the brief overview of what we're going to be talking about today. So I have a question for Handsome.
Okay.
Do you know the names of your classmates?
Ikio-san and Yukari.
Yeah, it is important to know each other. Otherwise, it would be hard to communicate. If you don't know someone, you can't be. You need to call them by their names, maybe. Yeah. So it's also part of effective communication. Okay. So how was your? I don't know. Almost a week since we talked. We didn't have class on Monday, so our classes have moved from the group classes have moved from Monday to Thursdays. So the private classes will be on Monday instead. So from almost last week until today, how have you been?
I felt it was long vacation, long holidays for me.
I see. Okay. Handsome, how have you been? Okay. Yukio-san, how have you been?
I had I participated conference about psychology, clinical psychology. And I learned about communication, how to communicate with other people. So
okay,
it's called about open dialogue.
What
do you understand what I mean? Open.
Yes.
My and dialogue. So communicate each other.
Okay.
Each other. Yeah.
I see. So we shall also learn from you about communication. We shall borrow a leaf from your conference. So you move the conference to our class today.
It's connected.
Yeah. Handsome, how's Taiwan?
Good. We have a good festival that week. Yeah. the Autumn Moon Festival. Yes. We have so many party about.
It's good.
Yeah. We almost I joined the barbecue party.
Oh.
3 days. 3 days. Yeah.
3 days. 3 days.
Yeah.
Barbecue.
And drink so much alcohol. Taiwanese, it's a new Taiwanese culture. But I feel a little crazy.
So are you okay right now?
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah.
I see.
I drink more.
So away from the party, away from last month, how we felt. Me, I've also been fine. I felt a little bit of headache, and someone told me maybe it's attributed to weather change because we are moving. We've been in summer, so we are now going to autumn. It's becoming colder. So someone said maybe my headache is as a result of that. But I'm okay. School started on Monday, so it's no longer holiday. I have to go to school now. It's a must. So maybe I'll also become busier with the days that will come. Okay. By the way, I didn't get to know about your nicknames. Do we have nicknames?
No. We don't usually have nicknames. So when I was, so usually it's children call each other like nicknames.
I see. How about Yukio-san? Do you have a nickname?
No.
Eh?
We call each other with family name.
Maybe in Taiwan there is nicknames. Maybe Handsome has one.
In Taiwan.
Yeah.
But it's I think it's not very many because it's just some name it's symbol your face your age. My my friends they in my childhood my teacher she loved me so she gave me a name Hanson.
Okay.
Because she think I will be handsome another day in the future. So he gave me the name. So I use the name until now.
Okay. I see. So that's the origin of your name, Handsome.
Yeah.
Wow. That's good. Okay. Do you have questions for each other according to what we've talked about just briefly?
We Japanese name someone. So we usually we use kanji, Chinese, yeah, and it's include some means. For example, my name is Yukio. Yukio use 3 words. Can Can you see? Can you see this?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, so beautiful name.
Yeah. The first one means freedom.
Okay.
Then second one is
Princess.
queen.
Okay.
Queen.
Mm.
And the last one means generation.
Hi.
Yeah. So it means new freedom queen generation come.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah. How about handsome?
My name.
Yeah. I can see your Chinese name.
But I cannot read it.
How do you read it?
Chen Chongrong.
Chen Cherong.
Chen Chongrong.
Wow.
Chen Cherong.
Yeah.
I can't even pronounce.
Yeah, it's hard.
The first one is just my symbol, like my family. Yeah. My grandfather and my grandmother. Yeah, and then my father. Yeah, they do have the same words. And the second one, in my brotherhood, my brothers, they all have the name Chong. Yeah, we have the same word. Yeah, it's a symbol like you will get win and a win and a win again and again and again.
Great.
Next one is the real name of me. Yes, it's like some economic grew up, just growth. Yeah, it's like so many money.
I
Good
see.
name.
I see. Yeah.
Okay. Hi. Okay. Now let's go to real business. So I told you we are going to talk about communication. And so this is my first question I'm posing to you all. Do you like meeting new people? Do you like meeting new people? Why? If yes, why do you like it? If no, why not?
Okay.
How often do you meet new people? So you can tell us in that line.
Yes.
You like it.
Yes, I like to meeting some new friends.
Okay.
I think I'm an easygoing person, so I love to make new friends with others. So I glad to know you guys here. So I'd like to exchange some whether the language, the life experiences, and some opinions. Yes, that's so I love to make some new friends, and then yeah, and I can more. I can learn more things from others. Yeah.
I see. Okay. So you said you like, yes, you like meeting new people and making new friends. Your points are you do find an opportunity to exchange language, experiences, and opinion.
Yes.
Okay. How about Yukari-san?
It depends.
Okay. Hi.
So they have a good atmosphere, and so I could communicate with them easily. But So
Mm-hmm.
if they look so angry and not smiling, so so sometimes I hesitate to speak with new people, unknown people.
Hi.
But basically, so I like meeting new people, especially lots of so I when I work at my kimono shop, I meet a lot of foreigners. So I like to exchange their say. I like to talk about their country and some small talk. Yeah.
Okay. About country. Okay. Now, Yukari-san says it depends on the atmosphere and maybe on the circumstance where you meet someone, but generally she likes meeting new people to exchange information about country. At her workplace, she has opportunity to meet new foreigners in Kyoto. Okay, Yukio-san, dozo.
Yeah, as Daniel, as same as Daniel says, new semester starts. Yeah, this month.
Okay.
So I teach some subjects to new students. Yeah, but but I teach. The content is same as last year, but members are changed. New students.
Hi.
I teach same thing. Influence of new members. I change how to teach or content a little. Yeah, it's good for me. Teaching. Teaching. Improve my teaching skill. It's good for me, I think.
Okay.
So I like meeting new people.
Okay. Now, I understand from your perspective, you said being a new semester, you receive new students to your class. Then the students, you teach them the same thing, but normally you find a different approach to teach the same thing. Like this year, but you're teaching the same thing, but you find a different approach to pass out your information to your students. Of course, you like meeting new people. Okay.
Thank you.
So, when you're communicating to your students or to any new person, do you think, are you good at communicating with new people?
Yeah, it's my job. Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
I mean, like, yes, it's your job, but there's having a good communication and a bad communication. So, where do you stand? Where do you gauge yourself? How do you feel when you talk to new people? Like, what techniques do you use consciously? If you're not good at communicating, why not good at communicating?
So Yukio-san learned about it. So please tell me. So open communication.
Yeah. I think it need some sense to communicate. I think.
You need
What
someone.
kind of sense?
Feel others inner voice, looking, behavior, or or what they said. Watch or observe and feel. What they feel or think.
Of course, sense is related to how we feel. Like sometimes it's by how, like the body touch. Sometimes some senses, like you feel the environment in which you're communicating in. So you have to understand, like the environment you are communicating in. Like, is it conducive for the people, like to receive your information?
And catch the context as soon as possible. So what they want to.
I see. So in that case, do you think you're a good communicator? Stubborn. Maybe. Handsome, how about you? Do you think you're good at communication?
I'm
Taiwanese.
sure.
Why? Why are you not sure?
Because you always meet some people you cannot communicate with such people because they don't want to hear you talking something. They just want to get what they want. For example, my boss.
Okay.
Explain more because I just want the result. Yeah. So when this time, whether you explain something, he cannot communicate. Yeah. Okay. For the another people, I think maybe I'm good at communicating because I think when you want to communicate with some people or some new people, you must find some similar from them, from yourself and him. Find a similar feature. Like he liked to eat, so I taught how to eat, and she liked to read book or surfing in the internet and watching movie. So I talk more about these things. So we can get each other close. So when you say something, he or she like it.
Okay.
So I think communicate is interaction, not one way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think depend on who partner is. So it's very important.
Yeah.
Okay. That brings me to the next question. Do you think people's characters or personality is important to have in a good communication? Like you mentioned, you were just talking about the communication is a two-way kind of a back and forth movement of information. So do you think people's character or personality is important to have a good communication.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
Mm.
Yes, it's very difficult question, but people who are shy hesitate to talk with people. But one of the important things is that language. So communication is of course words language, but before that smiling and eye contact is very important way to communicate. It is one of the cues of about good communication. So even you are shy, so just smiling, maybe people like to speak with you, and you can communicate with lots of people, I think.
Of course, body language is so important when you're communicating. The gestures you try to throw, it's also part of communicating. And I don't know what Yukari-san, or I mean Yukio-san thinks in terms of if personality is really important. I don't know what Handsome thinks when it comes to personality. Like between you and your boss, you seem to have a different personality. Your boss seems to have a different personality. You also have a, so I don't know. What do you think? Is personality important to have a good communication?
I think personality is important to have a good communication, because when people face something difficult, if you or difficult to communicate with someone, if you still if you can just like she said, you keep smiling and you keep explaining. I think some days it's help you to communicate, because people finally, if you do something good, finally people will realize it's good. Use your type. Keep just keep hard work. Yes.
Okay. So Yukio-san, when you're talking to your students, of course you look forward to having a good communication with your students. So how does a student's personality affect your communication?
Yeah. Sometimes their personality affect me. But basically, communication is, I think, communication is exchange our perspectives. Even if the person have any, no matter how they have a special character or personality. So,
yeah, I think okay. Dozo.
Yeah. So sometimes I do some counseling as a job. It's my job. So they come to my laboratory having some mental illness. Yeah, they have negative character or personality. But I struggle with. So I try to communicate with them. So using smiling or I said having body language and give good atmosphere. Yeah.
I see. Okay, now I come to this question. What do you think is a good communication then? What do you think a good communication is? So we've talked about we like talking to people. People's characters maybe affect our communications. We've talked about a few communications. No, maybe we've not mentioned this. Let me ask this before. Do you know of any communication skills or techniques? Maybe we've hinted a few, but any communication skills that you know of? There could be very many. Do you have an idea?
So a few days ago, I found the website about good communication.
Hi.
Communication, the queue of communications. So if you don't have any topics about to communication, so you can use these 11 items. So
okay.
In Japanese, 立ちつてと中に入れ means okay. Food, 食べ物 food. So you should please you should talk about you start to talk about food. 食べ物 food. And next one is religion. So your town or cities, the places. And the third one is 通勤通学 where do you work? And what is your school? So how is your school, like that? And weather, fourth one, weather. And Tommy is it's like talk about the business or economics. And now the names. So what does your name means, or do you have nicknames, something like that? And cover the body. I'm not sure what kind of topics, but it's related to some bodies or a healthy exercise, something like that. And the news about recent news and fashion or popular. And he said boys and girls talking about boys and girls. And so leisure, is it English? Leisure.
Leisure?
Leisure. Yukio-san, leisure. How do you say leisure?
レジャーじゃないの？
So very so a trip, travel or shopping or go to amusement park, like go to swimming, driving. How to say that kind of thing? We say leisure.
Leisure? Leisure?
Leisure.
Leisure かな。Leisure。
Leisure. You're talking of leisure.
Leisure.
Like the things you do in your free time. I mean, like for fun. Hi.
So those these 11 items are good to start communication.
Okay.
Please try.
Okay. But those are what you're supposed to talk about just to start the communication. But in order to start a communication, you need some communication skills. So this is what I'm asking, that about the communication skills that you may know of, that you may not be aware of, but I mean, like, you need them in order to have a good communication. What comes to your mind when you hear someone talking of a good communication?
I think the listening. So listening to the what people say.
Okay.
So and listening.
Okay.
And smiling.
Okay.
And nodding.
Okay. Hi.
And anything else?
I think there are very many. We are brainstorming. Yes. Okay. What do you think? Handsome, what do you think?
I think listening people talking is important.
Okay.
Because, you can find something he want to know and what he want to get. So listening is important. So I learned a good news, good skill.
Okay, Yuki-san, what do you think?
Listening skill is very important, I think. So not just hearing the voice.
Yes.
Try to understand. What they think. Yeah, it's very important. So sometimes nodding and or something response, some small response. And so hearing skill is very important, I think.
Okay, I'll go through this quite fast. I've typed a few skills. Of course, you people have mentioned listening. Listening, yes, is very important in communication. Then you've talked about the nodding, smiling. Those are non-verbal communications. The gestures we do when we are communicating, like it shows also, it's also part of a good communication. The other part of being of a good communication is clarity and conclusion. Like you when you communicate, your message should be clear for your audience, right? It should be in the then you should exhibit some friendliness. You need to be friendly to whoever you're talking to, your students, your customers, your boss. I mean, like, it will enable a good communication. You need some confidence when you're speaking, you know, like if you're not confident in whatever you're saying, the communication is interrupted in a way. You have to have what we call empathy. Empathy, like respect for the other person in terms of their opinion when they say something, because communication, you're exchanging information, right? So they say something, you have to have that respect for the other person. Then the other one is having an open mind, like you don't close yourself, you be open to accepting new opinions, also you sharing your opinion. Then of course you've talked about respect. You have to respect the other person. Then you should be able to give feedback, like when someone gives you a question, you try to give a feedback, like that's part of communicating. And then it's also important to pick the right medium. how are you going to communicate? You know, is it by telephone number, or are you going to just meet directly? You choose the medium. It's also part of a good communication. Okay, so with all this background knowledge we have about communication, so what is a good communication then? How would you summarize a good communication? I'll go with Handsome first. What do you think is a good communication? Why do you think so? Do you think being able to have a good communication is important in life? I mean, like, but basically, I want to understand what is your feel about a good communication.
Okay. I think the good communication is that people can understanding each other and get something feedback from themselves. And I think good communication will help our society good because people will listen others' opinion and share something experiences from each other that can help people grow. And I think the most important thing for communication is that hearing people say. You cannot just describe what you want to say. You have to find the point, listening carefully and find the point, and the point can help you learn something or what people want. Yeah.
Okay. Yukio-san,
Yes.
what do you understand by good communication?
I think the successful communication is that to success to exchange our perspectives and think, I want to continue this conversation more.
Exchange perspectives, eh? So when we exchange perspectives, what happens?
We can know each other and share the world. Understand more each other.
Okay. Okay, Yukari-san, what is your opinion?
So I think a good communication is that people respect each other and try to understand each other with empathy. So those behavior attitude is very important, I think. Then so people exchange not only new information. And so good emotional exchange. Good communication has good emotional exchange. So yeah.
Of course, like when it comes to good communication, when do you judge a good communication? I think it's also based on the results, that the feedback you get. So a good communication has all these all these aspects of sharing information back and forth between two people, of course, while exhibiting some of these skills that we mentioned before. You respecting each other, you know, you have the right medium, you have I mean, like an open mind, there's a feedback between new people, there's an understanding, I mean, like the listening is okay. So I think that's when you experience this thing, then you can say this was a good communication. I mean, like, we were able to strike a deal at the end of this argument. Okay, so we've understood what a good communication is. Now let's look at the next question about communication. This is discussion now. What is the best way to have a close relationship with new people? Because like we introduced this by getting the feel of meeting new people, and then we looked at the communication. Of course, if that person is new, how do you approach them to have a good communication? Then what is the best way? We are now looking at the relationship between you and the new people you have. So what is the best way to have a close relationship with someone you've just known for 2 days, one day you've just met at a cafe? What is the best way to maintain, to have a good relationship with this person?
I think the best way is to find the similar hobby.
Okay.
If I always find out new hobbies, and I learn some new things. Yes, I in the past I don't like to play baseball. Do you know baseball?
Yes.
I just in the past I just playing basketball or football. Recently I practiced baseball with my friend.
Okay.
I love to do some exercise, but I don't draw the ball. But I know some new friends. They do love this exercise, so I practice with them. So we in the short time we very close. We are very close. So we built a new friendship each other. So I think the best way is find some things. Like sport, and I love sports, so we can find some action to do. If some people love to watch a movie, so you can ask him watch movie do you like, and then you can exchange the experience after you watching the movie. So find the similar hobbies.
I see.
I think.
I agree with you.
So you have questions for him, for Handsome? Any question you want to ask to him about his method of maintaining a close relationship with new people? I would ask.
So
Okay.
if you don't find similar
Hi.
thing as the people, so how do you do? How do you do that? So next way.
The first I don't think everyone has some similar. Okay, the next one. I think that the next way I will no more. I just said I just think people must be have some similar hobbies or similar one. If you don't have the similar hobby or similar you are something similar. You must not he will not be your friend because I think
so imagine so if you your partner to talk say do you like baseball? No, I don't. Do you like movies? No, I don't. Do you like this? No. So you decided, oh, you want to be my friend.
Exactly. You are friends. You cannot be friends.
Okay, I understand.
Okay, that brings me to Yukari-san. So, how do you do this?
So I agree with Hanson. So maybe first I try to find the same interest. But the second one is so I started to talk with small questions, small subjects, so about the weather or do you so about some food. So especially for foreigners, and have you been eaten natto or something? Yeah, so I tried to start a talk about it. Then maybe so talk for a few minutes. Maybe I could find some similar interest with them.
Okay.
That's my way.
Okay. Time for questions for her. Questions for Yukari? So I would ask that if you when you try to talk to people about what food they like, where they've visited, how many times they eat food in a day, do you think they can be your friend?
I got here to Daniel once more time.
I'm saying that if you talk about, assuming you've just met me today, and then you ask me, Daniel, where are you from? Which school are you studying? What foods do you like? Do you think it's good to maintain it's going to maintain a close relationship between you and me? Is that enough?
It's just start.
Okay.
So that's an ice breaking.
Okay,
Ice
okay,
breaking
okay. Hi,
talking.
hi, hi, hi. Okay, understood. So in the process, then you begin finding similar interests, right? I see.
So ice breaking is very important, I think.
Okay. Do you still have any questions for her? Okay, let's go to Yukio-san. What she thinks about this.
I think the good way to close relationship is okay. Something doing group work.
Oh.
Yeah, the first class in every year, every school year. So I instruct my new students. Oh, let's make takoyaki.
Okay.
Yeah, takoyaki. Do you know?
Yes.
Kind of Japanese typical snack. Yeah, let's have a takoyaki party. So not so today, no class, and we have a takoyaki party. So let's make takoyaki. So students have some experience. So, someone have experience make takoyaki. Another one not experience this kind of experience. So they so this is my they for them this is teacher's command. Yeah, they should obey. So new students get together and make takoyaki and success and share achievement. Yeah, and they have a good experience. So it's good. I think group work is the best way. I think.
Okay. So question time. What do you want to ask you, Kiyo-san?
Yukio-san, it's very good idea for good communication the way, but it's your big group, it's your class. Talking about your class, but how about one-to-one?
Yes.
Two people. So I meet you today first time. So how do you communicate with?
You mean one-to-one communicate?
One-to-one communicate. So let's make takoyaki with me.
I see. Of course, I agree with all the points you people mentioned. I mean, like group work, finding similar interests, and then talking about many issues. It's one thing, but this is more of like you're starting off something, but a relationship involves very many things. First, communication, and also there's also the other emotional aspect of that. People want to feel cared for. They want to feel loved. They want to feel wanted. So, I mean, like to have a close relationship with someone, it takes more than just communicating. I mean, like you need to invest in time. You need to share a lot of communication, information together. You check on each other. Like I just met you today, but a relationship is built on a close relationship. You build on it. It's not going to happen in one day. That today I've met you and we have a very good, close relationship. No, you build it. So these are ideas we have, of course, on the first day. You need to find what is their interest. How can you utilize your free time? How can you make them feel they're at home, they are wanted in a new country where they come. I've gone to Taiwan, I've met handsome. I mean, how will he make it comfortable for me? You know, like, so you create opportunities where you interact more, you face each other one-on-one is also another way. So a good relationship is something that is built, but it goes beyond just communicating. You also have to care about their emotions. You have to show them that you respect them. You have to show them that you are part of them. You're willing to help them. You know, and then from there it blossoms. People begin developing close relationships just based on these small things that we do for each other, like calling one another, uh, texting a good morning. That's also part of building a good relationship. Right. So we've just hit 1 hour now from the time that we started. Okay. Anything that you'd want to ask and understand, anything you need clarifications on in terms of what we've just been discussing. If you have any question that you want to ask a member, also this is the time. Do we understand the concept of a good communication? The concept of meeting new friends, and then what communication skills we need when we communicate to these new people. Anything that hasn't been clear?
Yeah, I want to ask you, Daniel.
Hi.
First, you said this class started. So today we are talking about effective communication.
Okay.
So what is effective? You mean
Effective, effective in terms of good communication. Effective is that the communication works out perfectly. Like there's a good feedback from sharing information. There is you from the effective communication you create. The feedback can come in terms of the close relationship. It comes in terms of the results you expected out of something. You are doing something and then the results come out like positively or negatively, but at least you have some results. So this is what I mean by effective communication.
okay.
Being able to communicate something to you and you understand. Like I talk to you, you talk to me, we share information. I receive your information, you receive my information, well understood.
Okay.
Okay. Any question again? So if there are no questions, we shall then be wrapping up this class. Again, homeworks are there. No running away from homework. So we shall go through the weekend to do the homeworks, then submissions. Of course, Monday is the day we do this, and the schedule will remain the same, the time will remain the same. So just do your best, and then I'll put the link the other side, and so that we can look at the document we shall be talking about. But hi, okay.
If you can give me the homework, maybe in Tuesday or Wednesday is is better because I have I have another job in Saturday and Sunday.
You have what?
I have another job, so I maybe it's not enough to prepare. Maybe maybe yes, maybe not. But I want to prepare first in couple days. Yeah. So can you give us the homework first?
To give the homework first before what? Before class?
Yeah, before class.
Because I also just received the information from the management. So they prepare the class material and then they send me.
Yeah.
Right. So if it comes early enough, then I can send the homework. But if it doesn't, then I don't know. Maybe we have to work through the weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I don't know. I don't know how to do it.
Okay. It's mine. I can handle it.
Okay, let's do this. What happens? Let's see what how to go in this first homework. If we are having some challenges, I can communicate. Then maybe they can change.
Okay.
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 Hi. Okay. It has been nice meeting you people again for this month. Let's have fun and learn more about talking in English. So until then, I'll see you people in the next on Monday. Okay.
Okay.
Hi. Hi. Good night to you all.
Okay, thank you.
Hi. Take care.
Bye
Hi.
bye.
Hi.
Bye.
Hi.